Well, I was at a Senate hearing in 2000, sponsored by Patrick Leahy and Orrin Hatch, called "Is There an Upside to Downloading?" And my take on it was that it's really good for artists, especially independent artists, not necessarily songwriters, but independent artists. It's really bad for big record companies. And it was the demise of them. It just completely, the bottom end just dropped out. So it was a paradigm shift. It just changed things. But it's good for young artists because they get to buy a MacBook Pro and Pro Tools, and they've got a $1 million recording studio. They don't need to go to CBS or, like Columbia, Sony Music, whatever, and kind of sell their soul. So it's a liberating thing for a lot of artists, and I find that very good. It's a new age, a new dawn. I like that. Get yourself a MacBook Pro and Pro Tools and record some stuff and put it up on YouTube and have a Facebook page and whatever. Get on Twitter and promote yourself and get some viral stuff going on. Give your music away free. Get it out there. Get people to like it, and then they'll buy your concert tickets and your merchandise of other kinds, and you got another business going. It's a different business. No. There was recently an article. I don't know. Was it in Rolling Stone? Camilla, where'd you see that? Rolling Stone had a thing about David Crosby said he offered me $1 million to get back with the Byrds, and I turned him down. Well, he didn't. But Paul McCartney once asked, when all the Beatles were still alive, if he would get back together and do the Beatles, and he said, "You can't reheat a souffle." And the Byrds were great for their time, and it's a wonderful memory, and there are 2 full box sets out and a lot of CDs, and it was a wonderful memory for me, but I don't want to go out there and be part of an oldies act. It was on the Rolling Thunder tour, and I was getting ready to do a solo album for Columbia, and I was shy of a couple of songs. I had some of my own songs, so Joni Mitchell was on the tour bus, and she was sitting next to me, and she had this little black and white kind of school book with all these songs in it. And she had tons of songs. And I thought, "Hey, Joni, you got any spare songs?" And she said, "Well, McGuinn, I got this one song you might be able to use, but I'm not sure about one line." And I said, "Yeah, what's that?" She said, "I wrapped their flag around me like a Dorothy Lamour sarong." I said, I don't mind that. I changed it to Errol Flynn and came out right. I like the song. It's a beautiful song. Yes? I started a project called The Folk Den on the internet 15 years ago, in 1995, after listening to a Smithsonian Folkways album of traditional music. And it struck me really hard that I wasn't hearing traditional songs anymore, because all the new folk singers were singer-songwriters like Joni Mitchell or whatever. They wanted to be like that. So I thought, what's going to happen when Odetta dies? Well, this is 15 years ago. Now she's passed away, unfortunately. And Pete Seeger just turned 91, and the old guard is passing away. What's going to happen? So I started putting songs up on the internet for free download, and I've been putting up one every month ever since. I haven't missed a month in 15 years, and there are 180-some songs up there for free download in MP3 format, and you can download all of them, and I won't sue you. Okay. So it's an ongoing project, and I'm currently working on a sea shanty CD. It's 23 songs of the sea, and some of my favorite sea shanties. Yes? It's kind of like I'll play some chords, I had a chord structure like this. I started singing like la 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 da 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 da. And in this case, I had the tune for maybe a year or so, and people would say, "Play that La La song," and I would play it, and people would like it. And then John Candy presented a script called Uncle Buck, and wanted a theme song for it. And so we read the script and came up with an appropriate, like a story line, and fit that to this song. And it became a song called Someone to Love that's on my Back from Rio album. So that's how that happened in that case. Other times you just play the la-la thing until it kind of materializes. Something will present itself, like an idea, like a concept will pop into your head, and you go, oh, that's cool, you know, and then you make the words, like a jigsaw puzzle. You make it all fit together, and it's fun. I had one that I woke up from a dream with. It was called Tiffany Queen, and it was just a whole song with the melody and the lyrics, and I kind of felt like Bob Dylan was in the dream helping me write it, but you know, whatever. No, I had nothing to do. Mighty Quinn was Anthony Quinn. Yeah, Mighty Quinn is not, I have nothing. But I am the guy in You Ain't Going Nowhere, the McGuinn is like, said, pick up your money and pack up your tent, McGuinn, you ain't going nowhere. Because I'd sung the song, pack up your money and pick up your tent, and he didn't like I messed up his lyrics. Well, I kept the Byrds going until 73, and then went out as a solo artist, and it was an adjustment. It wasn't, because the Byrds name is a brand name that you know, people knew, and not everybody knew who was in the Byrds, as is the case with a lot of bands. You know, you don't know all the members of the Kinks maybe, or the, I don't even the Lovin' Spoonful, you know, aside from John Sebastian. So that was an adjustment to make, and I had to kind of carve out my own path, and I've been doing it ever since. You know, it's fun. Yeah, Mick was the producer on my Cardiff Rose album, and he and the rest of the band had just come off the Rolling Thunder tour, which was a really dynamic tour, and the band was all charged up from like 6 months on the road of all this wonderful playing out there and everything, and we had this wonderful morale in the studio, and Mick was a great producer and you know, like a great player. So it was incredible working with him, and he sang on it and played guitar, and it's, you know, wonderful stuff. Great fun. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to play Turn, 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 and that's it. One of my favorite songs. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. Help me on the turn, turn, turn. To everything, turn, turn, turn. The harmony is turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stone, a time to gather stone together. Everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. Thank you very much.